The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello my dear children. Once again, welcome back to our biology class. Before beginning the class, I would like to remind you two things. The first thing is regarding health. You all are familiar with the quote, health is wealth. What is the meaning of that? If we don't have health, whatever wealth we earn in our life, we cannot enjoy it. Isn't it? So, health is our greatest wealth. If we have health, we can earn everything in our life. Okay, so you all are growing children, you all are studying regarding health, regarding food, everything. So, you all are very well aware of how to maintain health, isn't it? Health means physical health as well as mental health. For physical health, we have to have good food. Food and exercise are very important to maintain physical health, isn't it? So, you have to eat good food on right time, isn't it? Include fruits, vegetables, pulses, milk, then leafy vegetables, plenty of water, everything in your diet. Then exercise. Find out time to play with your friends, not in the mobile, in the playground. Then you will be physically fit. Then for mental health, we have to pray. Prayer and meditation, all these are very important to maintain our mental health. We can overcome whatever challenges that comes in our life. We can very easily overcome that if we have mental health. Okay, so try to find out time for reading good books and always have positive attitude, always have good positive thoughts in your life. That will make you mentally also strong. Then the second thing is regarding happiness. So my dear children, always be happy and make others happy. So if you are happy, then only you can make others also happy. So this is very important in your life, happiness, isn't it? Without happiness, if you are scoring good marks, what is the meaning of it? It will become meaningless. You cannot enjoy that success, isn't it? So, always be happy and make others happy. So, these are the two things I would like to remind you. So, please practice this in your life. Okay. So, once again, welcome back to the class. So, we have this year we have 6 chapters and we have completed 5 chapters, and I hope you all have gone through all the videos of these 5 chapters and you have studied thoroughly the chapters and completed your file works, right? So today we are moving on to our last chapter, and the name of the chapter is For the Continuity of Generations. For the continuity of generations, and this chapter is quite different from all the other chapters you have learnt in this year. By seeing the name itself, you can understand that, isn't it? What is the name of the chapter? For the continuity of generation. What is the meaning of the name of this chapter? For the continuity of generations. See, you are the young or new generation of your family, isn't it? And your family or your generation is continuing through yourself, isn't it? The next generation has to be continued through yourself. So this continuation of generation is possible only through reproduction. Okay, the continuation of generation is possible through reproduction. So in this chapter mainly we are going to deal with the topic reproduction. Okay, so what is reproduction? Reproduction is the process by which the new offsprings are produced by sexual or asexual process. Understood? Reproduction is the process by which new offsprings or new generations are produced either by sexual or asexual process. So by this definition itself you can understand there are two types of reproduction, isn't it? Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So in this chapter we will discuss both asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, so shall we begin the chapter? So the first page of the chapter is like this. You can see here two pictures, isn't it? This is one picture and this is another picture. And both these pictures are related to reproduction only. Okay, you can see here this is a new offspring and here also you can see many new offspring. So both these pictures are related to reproduction only. Then what is the difference between these two pictures? One picture is related to sexual reproduction and the other picture is related to asexual reproduction. So what is the difference between sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction? So sexual reproduction involves, or in the sexual reproduction, the new offsprings are produced by the union of male and female gametes or by the union of gametes. So what is a male gamete, what is a female gamete, that you will be learning in this chapter. Okay, so for sexual reproduction a male gamete and a female gamete is required. Okay, and what is asexual reproduction? Just opposite to that. Asexual reproduction does not require a male gamete or female gamete, or it occurs not by the union of or not by the combining of male gamete and female gamete. Asexual reproduction is taking place through some other process. Okay, so in these two pictures, which one is related to sexual reproduction and which one is related to asexual reproduction? Let us see. So here you can see the new offspring is produced from a seed, isn't it? And here you can see a new offspring is produced from a leaf. Okay, so this is the case of plants. So from this you can understand one more thing. What is that? In plants both sexual and asexual reproduction is taking place. Okay, so this picture is related to sexual reproduction and this picture is related to asexual reproduction. Okay, so in this chapter we will be discussing some of the asexual reproduction methods and then the sexual reproduction in plants and human beings. Okay, so first we are going to discuss the asexual reproduction. Okay, so reproduction is possible through sexually and asexually. In the nature there are different organisms, isn't it, and they produce their new generations or they produce new offsprings through reproduction, and all the organisms have their own mode of reproduction. Okay, so different types of reproduction methods are there, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. First we will discuss the asexual reproduction methods in certain organisms. Okay, so here we will be discussing the asexual reproduction in or the 3 asexual reproduction methods, and they are binary fission, then spore formation and budding. Okay, binary fission, spore formation and budding. So let us discuss these one by one. So in the case of binary fission, an existing cell is divided into 2 new cells. So in binary fission, an existing cell divides to form 2 new cells. So under favorable conditions, the cells divide or they multiplied rapidly by binary fission in organisms like bacteria. Okay, so the binary fission is usually seen in bacteria. So under favorable conditions, the bacteria will divide rapidly. That means ഭയങ്കര ഫാസ്റ്റായിട്ട് ബാക്ടീരിയ അതിൻ്റെ നമ്പർ കൂടും, ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യും. ഏത് പ്രോസസ്സിലൂടെ? ബൈനറി ഫിഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പ്രോസസ്സിലൂടെ. അതായത് ഒരു സെൽ, എക്സിസ്റ്റിംഗ് സെൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ബാക്ടീരിയ ഇസ് എ യൂണിസെല്ലുലർ ഓർഗാനിസം, ഇസ്ന്റ് ഇറ്റ്? സോ that single cell under favorable condition divides into 2, then that 2 cells divides into 4, then 8, then 16, then 32. Like that the cells divide rapidly. Multiplication ആണ്, multiplies എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഇരട്ടിക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. And that process is known as binary fission, and this is an asexual reproduction. Understood? Then next one is spore formation, and spore formations are usually seen in fungus. Okay, so spores are the microscopic cells or minute cells that can survive even under unfavorable conditions, and they grow into new organisms under favorable conditions. അതായത് ഈ സ്പോർ സെൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്പോർസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മൈന്യൂട്ട് സെൽസാണ്, ഭയങ്കര ചെറിയ സെൽസാണ്, മൈക്രോസ്കോപ്പിക് സെൽസാണ്. ഈ സെൽസിന് ഇപ്പോൾ കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ഫേവറബിൾ അല്ല, അതിന് മറ്റുള്ള ഓർഗാനിസംസിനൊക്കെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനൊക്കെ അതിജീവിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത അൺഫേവറബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കണ്ടീഷൻസിൽ പോലും ദ സ്പോർ സെൽസ് ക്യാൻ സർവൈവ്. And when the conditions become favorable, these spore cells will develop into a new organism. And that process, that is this kind of reproduction is seen in fungus. Understood? So in fungus, the reproduction is taking place through spore formation. Is that clear? Okay, then the next one is budding, and budding is usually seen in hydra. You can see here, this is hydra. Okay, so buds are formed in the parent body. This is the parent body, and you can see here bud. Okay, so buds are formed in the parent body, and when it grows, ee bud valarumbo, when it grows, it separates itself from the parent body and grow into a new organism. അതായത് ഈ പാരൻറ്റ് ബോഡിയിലാണ് ഈ ബഡ് ഉണ്ടാവുക. അത് വളർന്നു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ഈ ബഡ് തനിയെ പാരൻറ്റ് ബോഡിയിൽ നിന്ന് ഡിറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഒരു പുതിയ ഹൈഡ്രയായിട്ട് വളരും. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് പ്രോസസ് ഇസ് നോൺ ആസ് ബഡ്ഡിങ്. So binary fission, spore formation and budding are three types of asexual reproduction. So from this you would have understood one thing. The asexual reproductions are seen usually in lower organisms. Okay, and in plants also we can see asexual reproduction, and that is known as vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation means the new offsprings are formed from the vegetative parts of a plant. So what are the vegetative parts of a plant? Root, leaf, stem are the vegetative parts of a plant. So when a new plant is formed from these vegetative parts, and that kind of reproduction is known as vegetative propagation, and that is a type of asexual reproduction. ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പം ചെമ്പരത്തി, റോസ്, ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ എന്താണ് സ്റ്റെം ഒരു തണ്ട് അതിൻ്റെ ഒടിച്ച് കുത്തി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതിൽ നിന്ന് പുതിയ ചെടികളുണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ. അത് ഒരു ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് വെജിറ്റേറ്റീവ് പ്രൊപ്പഗേഷനാണ്. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ജമന്തി പോലെയുള്ള ചെടികളൊക്കെ, അതേപോലെ വാഴ അതുപോലെയുള്ളതൊക്കെ വേരിൽ നിന്നാണ് പുതിയ ചെടികൾ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്, റൂട്ട്സിൽ നിന്നാണ് അല്ലേ. പിന്നെ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ ചിത്രം കണ്ടു അല്ലേ, ഇലമുളച്ചി എന്ന് പറയണത് ചെടികൾ, അതേപോലെ നിശാഗന്ധി, ഇതിലൊക്കെ പുതിയ ചെടികൾ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത് ലീഫിൽ നിന്നാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദാറ്റ് is a type of asexual reproduction. So the asexual reproduction in plants is known as vegetative propagation. Hope you all have understood the concepts we have discussed today. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ആകെ അസെക്ഷൽ റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ മാത്രമാണ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തത്. 3 ടൈപ്പ് അസെക്ഷൽ റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ അല്ലേ, ബൈനറി ഫിഷൻ, സ്പോർ ഫോർമേഷൻ, ബഡ്ഡിങ്, പിന്നെ പ്ലാന്റ്സിൽ കാണുന്നത് വെജിറ്റേറ്റീവ് റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, സോ watch the video, and when you watch the video, keep the textbook also with you. Then only you will understand it clearly. Okay, so I am winding up the class. So see you in the next class. Until then, this is your Maya teacher signing off.